What is up and welcome back to Voodoo. We got something going on here. I gotta flex real quick. This guy, you found a massive loophole that would save the average R8 owner like what, $400 to $600?
Yeah, not like a secret. You just gotta figure it out.
This mathematician has figured it out. I'm gonna tell you what it is. So if you drive an R8, especially a Gen 1, you're probably familiar with the term mag ride delete or mag ride. Basically, you have a setting inside your car, and a lot of cars do have this. Basically, you can tell the car to tighten up its suspension or keep it nice and bouncy. Now, when you take that OEM suspension out, put in, say, a set of coilovers from Bilstein, your car freaks out and it thinks something's wrong. So you have to buy something called a mag ride emulator, right? That's the official name. And they'll run you about $400 to $600 depending on what car it is and what you're dealing with. Tell them the hack that you figured out and what we would be looking for if you didn't want to drop $600 on a bunch of little pieces of hardware.
ECM, ECU, whichever. Pretty much just looks for a resistance from the shock. So if it doesn't see that resistance, it goes into a limp mode for the suspension and doesn't allow a lot of the features like the adjustments for like launch control. So we're just tricking it into thinking that the factory shock is still there, even though it's not.
I mean, I'm all about tricking my car. So basically what we had to do is went to some forums, figured out the exact resistance amount, which was 100 watt, 1.5 ohms. So once you know that information, you can go to eBay and buy like $20 worth of resistors, have your tech hot wire them in to the pigtails that he snapped off.
Well, luckily I had some forethought that I cut off the pigtails off the old shock before we threw them away. So now we have a plug and play. I just had to solder 2 wires.
Let me go get one of those so you guys know what we're talking about. This is your $600 part. This part was hanging off the R8. We bought these resistors on eBay for $5 a pop, and Kalen just added the wires. And now all I have to do is plug this thing into the R8, and the R8 thinks that it has mag ride delete back, and I can get my traction control, my launch control all back. Also, shout out to Vossen, new wheel color. We just got these powdered, the proper color. They're not gonna be black anymore. The OEM Gen 2 wheels look great on this car, but they're coming off so the Vossens can go back on. So we got them all on. All 4 still had the light, and that's because Kalen ran a scanner on it. He found out that one of the 4 wheels was given the code, and that's this one. And it's because there's 2 pigtails here. There's one here. This one's the brake wear sensor, and then we dug way up and found the pigtail that it actually was supposed to plug into. So now that we got number 4 fixed, Kalen's gonna start it and see if that suspension light clears. Yo! No light, my guy. Unbelievable. Traction cuts off. He did it. He did it with a $20 set of parts from eBay. We have eluded a $600 purchase with fake emulators that real emulators that we made that are essentially zip tied to the control arms. This is amazing. Mr. Kalen Ace we trust. And just like that, the new emulators are on. The new Vossens are on with the fresh powder coat. We got the brushed silver here to match the Mustang completely. Center caps are on the way. Kalen, in his crazy physics background, has figured out a way to save the, in this case, the client, customer, I don't know, I work here, money, because we were able to understand how a part works and create it here at Voodoo. All right, we are once again taking wheels off of the R8, and this time it's because not all shops are created equal. If you take your car to a different shop, let's say to do something simple like mount or balance tires, they don't always know what they're doing, and we're gonna prove that today because Kalen Ace here has mounted and balanced many tires. He's done it on the R8 several times. I was driving the R8 since it got picked up recently from Powder Coat, and they went and mount and balanced the tires, which was very nice of them. However, when I drive down the freeway, my steering wheel is like this. We're taking a look at it to see how far the weights actually were off and what we need to do to correct it. How many were on there just now? How many weights did they add on?
There's about 3 ounces of weight. 12.
12, and I think there's 13 on the other wheel.
No, they're off.
They're off?
Big time.
So tell me what this means.
This is 1.5 ounces on the outer part of the wheel, so that's over here. So this is the outer part of the wheel.
Okay.
There's absolutely no weights on the wheel in this area. And then it wants 2.5 ounces on the inside, where they have 3 ounces already. Let's see here. They want 2.5 ounces exactly opposite where they have 3 ounces, which means this wheel needs 1/2 ounce right here, not 3 ounces.
Not 3 ounces.
They put 3 ounces.
The other interesting thing that we noticed is that whatever shop this was decided to take the 2 right side wheels and just match the exact weights on the left side. So the front one has 13.
Each segment is a 1/4 ounce. So if you have 4, you have 1 ounce. So that's 1 ounce, 2 ounce, 3 ounce.
So they had, it was like 11 or 13 on the front, and they just copied that on the driver's side. And then they only had 2 in the back, and then copied it 2 again on the driver's side.
So now we have absolutely no weight on this wheel. 1/2 ounce.
Only needs 1/2 ounce. Which is 2 of those little cubes, right? Instead of 13.
It's all at once.
That's all it needs. We have some bad news on the R8. So we took it for a rally this weekend. I'm gonna play the clip in a second, but basically we're following the DDE SVJ at a high rate of speed. And then an AMG GTR, a couple car lengths ahead, decided to, well, share some of its car parts with us.
So that piece flew off, hit the R8 after it bounced off the SVJ. The SVJ hood's gonna need to get rewrapped, and I thought the only thing wrong with my car was this little scratch on the wrap, but come to find out that the splash guard underneath took a big chunk out of it, and I didn't find out until I heard this flapping in the wind at 60 miles an hour. So what we're gonna do is pop this thing off. I have a new one ordered already. This is a $250 part, and they want like $500 to ship it, but thanks to the plugs that we have here at Voodoo, we're able to secure the part for $250, so we're gonna take this one off for now and pop that other one on. Update on the clutch that I fried at the last drag racing trip. We are working with a couple companies to see who can get the best deal on the best type of clutch, because there's a lot of different ones, so more in store for that later. All right, that's a whirlwind of days. We got the emulators in, we got the splash guard underneath getting replaced. We have a bunch of other repairs done on the R8. Now the R8's gonna sit here like this for some time because, well, the clutch is completely done on this thing. Now we can drive it around, it just slips a lot and it's just not great for it. We're also still developing the flame kit on this thing, so make sure you subscribe to the channel for that, because we will be uploading footage and some how-tos on how to do it, and this will be the place to go for flame kits on your car. DM us if you're interested. We do have a waiting list. There are a bunch of people on it interested already, so get on it sooner rather than later. DM our account, Voodoo Autosport here, if you'd like a flame kit. And in the meantime, shout out to Spec for coming in clutch, no pun intended, for sending us a billet flywheel along with one of their high torque clutches to go in the R8 in time for SEMA. Guys, we drop videos every single Tuesday and Thursday. Tuesday, you're gonna get some of our old classic stuff. Thursdays, you're always gonna get the new uploads, and we will catch you at the next episode. Peace.
I took a trip out of Cali, Arizona to the